It's Wednesday, November 28th. All 230 seats of the Madhya Pradesh Assembly go to polls today. Incumbent BJP has come to power 3 consecutive times. Will the Congress be able to unseat the incumbent Shivraj Singh Chauhan? Agricultural distress has been a key issue this election. Violence in a farmer agitation over crop prices and farm loan reliefs at Mandsaur in June 2017 spread to other parts of the state after 5 farmers were killed in police firing. Chauhan had attempted to allay farmers' concerns with a crop price scheme, but few seemed assuaged. The Congress has made repeated mention of the 2013 Vyapam scam, in which there were alleged irregularities in admission tests for medical colleges and recruitment in state government departments. 35 cases are still ongoing in the scam that is over 20 years old. Nearly 2,000 people are in jail and some 28 people have mysteriously died. Fingers have been pointed at Chauhan over his role in the scam, even though the Chief Minister has been given a clean chit by the CBI in 2017. The largest of the 5 assembly elections in November and December, Madhya Pradesh, which contributes 29 seats to the Lok Sabha, is seen as a semi-final before next year's general elections.
कि दिल्ली की तरफ देखता तो लोन की सरकार मुझको बनाना पड़ती और मैं इतिहास में एक बेईमान आदमी के तौर पे जाता, लिहाजा मैंने उस मामले को ही खत्म कर दिया। अब जो गाली देंगे देंगे, लेकिन मैं कन्विंस्ड हूं कि मैंने ठीक काम किया।
This is what Jammu Kashmir Governor Satyapal Mallik said on November 24th at ITM University. However, he has now done a U-turn and rejected allegations that there was any pressure on him from the central government to dissolve the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly. Mallik dissolved the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly on November 21st after the Congress, National Conference and the People's Democratic Party made it clear that they would be staking claim to form the government, claiming that they had the support of 56 legislators in the 87-member legislature. Separatist-turned-mainstream politician Sajjad Lone's People Conference with only 2 MLAs had also staked claim, reportedly banking on support of the 25 MLAs of the BJP. Lone was hoping to make up the numbers required by getting possible PDP rebels on board. The Supreme Court will decide today whether cases of alleged physical and sexual abuse of inmates of shelter homes in Bihar should be transferred to the CBI from the state police. In April, the Tata Institute of Social Sciences had submitted an audit report of 110 shelter homes in the state on instructions from the Bihar government. 17 were identified as grievous sexual and physical assault. The serious offences do not find place in the FIRs filed by the state police in cases concerning 5 shelter homes. The charges pressed are of relatively smaller gravity, Bar and Bench reported. The bench headed by Justice Lokur rebuked the Bihar government saying, "What are you doing? This is shameful. A child is being sodomized and you say nothing has happened? How can you do this? This is inhuman." The Supreme Court also questioned the state's seriousness towards the investigation. Justice Gupta rapped the Nitish Kumar government saying, "The normal tendency of the police is to incorporate the more serious offence in the FIR, and here you're doing the opposite despite the report clearly indicating otherwise, and this in spite of the history of this case. Every time we read this file, it is tragic." Further, observing that of the 9 childcare institutions accused of child abuse, FIRs have been registered only against 5, Justice Lokur inquired, "Why is there no FIR for the other 4? You have pinpointed 17 homes as a matter of grave concern. What do you, the state, regard as grave concern?" The top court issued a 24-hour deadline to the state government to rectify the FIRs and add charges, failing which the court would consider transferring the cases to the CBI. Facebook being used to spread fake news and election misinformation has been constantly in the news. However, the social media site's dedication to fight the problem has shifted from denial to now seemingly a lack of commitment. A Bloomberg report that Facebook may be shutting down its fake news war room, at least for now, hasn't been received with too much cheer. A makeshift quote-unquote last line of defense against fake news, the War Room was opened 2 months back with great media fanfare to monitor potential Russian activity ahead of the US midterms. 20-odd experts from across the company's divisions monitored real-time activity on the platform, viral news stories, automated accounts created in particular geographic regions, political ad spending, etc. The War Room was also deployed during the recent Brazil elections, where the far-right candidate Bolsonaro emerged victorious, while Facebook's head of civic engagement, Samik Chakrabarti, said he was satisfied with Facebook's performance. Brazil is far from delighted. The Latin American country's elections were still overrun with misinformation, much of it distributed via Facebook services. Information that was thwarted on Facebook's main site, still able to thrive on its WhatsApp messaging app, which is encrypted and virtually impossible to monitor. Nevertheless, the War Room was still seen as the group making an active effort to tackle the problem. A sudden shutting down of such an initiative has only been seen as a lack of dedication, and speculation that the War Room, which was aggressively publicized, was just that, a publicity stunt. Meanwhile, Facebook Vice President Guy Rosen took to Twitter to deny Bloomberg's post. The War Room we built originally for the US midterms and for Brazil was effective. Going forward, we are expanding, not disbanding the effort, he said. A selfie and a handshake. And we're back on Mars. NASA's InSight rover gently touched down on the fourth planet from the Sun at around 1:22 a.m. IST on Wednesday morning after traveling over 300 miles in 205 days. Only 40% missions to the planet managed to make a landing. InSight, or the interior exploration using seismic investigations, geodesy, and heat transport, will spend 2 years drilling into the planet to determine the nature of its core and measuring Mars quakes, which will help confirm whether Mars has the remains of a liquid core. This will help answer one of the biggest mysteries facing man. Why did Mars and the Earth, both formed from the same stuff more than 4.5 billion years ago, end up such different planets? Of the 57 total and 27 successful Mars missions since 1965, some of the most famous have been the Mariner 4, the first spacecraft to fly by Mars in 1965, the Mariner 9, which arrived on the planet in the middle of a dust storm and discovered Martian volcanoes, Viking 1 and 2, that sent colored images including the most popular image of the planet. Presently, the most significant explorations include the Mars Odyssey 2001, the Curiosity rover 2011, and the Indian Mangalyaan 2013. NASA's Mars Odyssey, launched to map out the distribution of water in 2001, holds the record as the longest operating spacecraft orbiting Mars. The Curiosity rover on the planet since 2011, in June, found organic molecules that indicate that some of the building blocks of life were present on the planet at some point. While the Indian Space Research Organization's Mangalyaan is the cheapest Mars mission to date and won India the credential of being the first country to enter the planet's atmosphere at first attempt. Back to Earth now. This is us signing off. See you tomorrow.
Love your morning fix? Help support our journalism. Subscribe to Scroll Plus using the link in the description.